Hey guys, it's Brandon, aka Be Rich Beauty, aka your beauty best friend. And this video is a continuation of another video I did for highlight and contour with powders. We're doing it with creams now. So in this video, you're going to see my tutorial on how I like to highlight and contour using nothing but creams, period. So you know what to do. Grab your favorite cocktail and or adult beverage if you're over 21. Grab your favorite non-alcoholic beverage and or juice if you're under 21. And let's sip and see together how I like to sculpt this face using creams. So let's get started. First step, we gotta get into makeup. So I'm gonna start first just by prepping my skin and going through some really quick skincare. I'm changing it up. I'm gonna use this Tom Ford Research Serum. And here's the reason why. One of the reasons why I like using a serum that's fast absorbing like this is because we're working with cream. So I don't want anything that's going to linger. I don't want anything that's gonna alternate the texture too much, nothing too silicone-y, because it'll change the texture of how the creams will lay on the face. So this serum is delicious because it instantly hydrates, makes things feel real youthful and such, and it's easy and quick absorbing. It's already absorbed, right? Boom. Next up, gotta do an eye cream. So, Lumiere Eye Concentrate, been using it for the last couple of days. So I'm gonna continue. We're not gonna use the ball mechanism, we're just gonna use our fingers. A little goes a long way. Again, this eye cream has the Clarity Ferment in it, which is designed to declutter the eye and make the under eye area appear nice and bright. It also, the under eye area appear nice and smooth and youthful. Don't forget underneath here, we're gonna lift up. And it easily absorbs as well. So again, I'm layering products that are fast absorbing, so that way it does not interfere when we start working with our creams. Bam, do I look brighter? Do I look young? You can tell me all about it. Next up, we're gonna do a little bit of a moisturizer slash primer. I'm gonna be utilizing the Too Faced Hangover Good to Go SPF 25 moisturizer, coconut water, probiotics, all the great things that your skin needs for moisture, plus an SPF of 25. Just a pinch or do you. And press and lift up. Don't forget underneath here. That's in. So, skincare is on. We've done serum. We prepped and primed our face. And now it's up to us to start the skin process. So we're gonna start the skin process with foundation. I'm again using creams here. So I'm gonna utilize a little bit of some sticks, some creams, and we're gonna just go for it. I'm gonna use my skin complexion first to lay the base before we start sculpting and highlighting as well. For skin, I'm gonna use the Pro Long Wear Concealer. It's long wearing, water resistant, humidity resistant. I'm really oily, so I like using this concealer all over because it's thin, but gives me great coverage and it's durable. So that's gonna be the skin. Foundation brush. And we're just gonna go in. So for me, I'm gonna aim for a little bit more of a medium coverage with my skin. Concealing where needed, but I know we're gonna do highlight and contour with creams, so I know I'm gonna end up with more coverage, so I'm gonna start medium first, just so that way I don't look like contestant 35 from RuPaul's Drag Race. I want something that's gonna be realistic and nicely sculpted. One of the things I like about using eye creams and serums is it gives you a sense of brightness and hydration. So once you go in with your skin and everything else, you still have a little bit of luminosity peeking through that's still realistic and skin-like. Y'all know it's still social distancing, so he ain't got no haircut. I'm just gonna push this back just a pinch-a-roo. All right, so skin is on. Now, I'm gonna do a little bit of concealing, and this next step is completely optional depending on you. One of the things I find that I notice when I see people doing highlight and contour, especially with creams, is they go really, really dark around the hairline and they sculpt out, and they go really, really bright. One of the things I don't think we take into consideration is depending on you and your skin, if you're super dark underneath here, you throwing something else light on top will give you brightness, but will have a really crazy undertone to it that's typically really cool and gray, and it looks ashy and or casket ready. I don't know about you, honey, but I ain't ready to get taken out of this world just yet. So I'm not trying to look casket ready. So I'm gonna use a little bit of color correcting, just to color correct underneath here. Just add a little bit of darkness. I can still see a little bit of the shadow from my skin underneath here, which means I want to color correct it before I just slap on some highlight, okay? Personal step. This is the optional step for you. It just kind of depends on you and how much time you want to invest in making sure your skin is on point, baby. I'm going to use by MAC. It's the Pro Conceal and Correct palette in medium deep. So I'm going to use the burnt coral and the rich yellow to conceal underneath here. Because my depth isn't so dark, I don't have to go super orange here, but I do need a warmth underneath here, which that burnt coral is going to give me. So I'm going to use a nice fluffy brush. I'm going to grab a little bit of the burnt coral. And I've been doing this a while, so I've got a chance to see how to kind of eye this, but I'm going to show you guys what the process would look like if you wanted to explore with something like color correcting. Because you have 2 color correctors on the bottom, and then you have 2 warm concealers and 2 cool concealers in here as well that we're going to use to sculpt. So take the burnt coral first and lay it in here, because this is where the origin of the darkness is. You also want to be mindful that it doesn't go too orange, but you can see it's orange. Adjust that brightness so you can see. There you go, it's orange right there. Now, I'm going to use the fluffiness of the brush to really work this in, focusing on the coverage in the inner piece, because that's where we really are the darkest. And then I'm just going to share that out. The reason why you have 2 colors is because these 2 colors will balance out. The goal is to color correct, but you should do it where it's still, by the time you color correct, it should not look like one color, but almost should look like your skin. So now I'm gonna add in a little bit of that rich yellow, just to balance it out. So, this is what it looks like. We'll drop that down so you can kind of see. Color corrected, I'm even through here. Bring that brightness back up just a pinch. Same brush, I'm gonna grab a little bit of the rich yellow. Now I'm not gonna use as much rich yellow as I used as the burnt coral, because we're just trying to make sure we balance this out from going too orange. Because if this is too orange, by the time we get ready to put our highlight on, it'll just get really warm underneath there. So I'm gonna add just a pinch of yellow on both sides. And this is going to neutralize and make this look a little bit more fleshy and skin-like. Another great way I like to think about this is, because our under eye circles are typically cool, the burnt coral is my warmth. So think about it, if you're in the house and you're cold, what do you do during the winter time? You throw on the heat. The burnt coral is your heat. If you get too hot, what do you do during the summer? You throw on the AC. The yellow is your AC. So we're playing around with the warmth and cool until we get the temperature underneath our eyes just right. And that's a sippable moment. Go ahead, I'll wait. Skin is on, color correcting is on. So now we'll go through and we'll start to contour. Now, before we do this, and I mentioned this in the previous video, but if you didn't see the previous video, I'll explain it again. You just now have to go watch the previous video too, because it's a different technique. Now, with choosing your colors for contouring, you want to think about mimicking shadows that exist naturally in your skin. So obviously I'm gonna go a little bit deeper than my natural skin tone, but I don't want anything too orange, I don't want anything too blush-like, I don't want anything too bronzy-like. I personally want a real natural, in terms of color for my contour. So with that being said, I'm gonna utilize the Studio Fix 24-Hour Stick in a cool, deeper shade, but the most important thing are your tools. So again, you wanna think about where on the face you're working. So if I know I'm contouring through here, I know if I'm contouring through here, I know if I'm highlighting through here, I like to utilize my fingers to kind of measure the size of the width of my brush. So for me, a contour on my face shape would be about 2 fingers. A highlight through my nose is 1 finger. A highlight through my forehead is 2. So that's the idea and the concept here. So you'll notice that when I go in, I'm gonna utilize brushes like this for highlighting. I'm gonna use brushes like this for contouring because it's 2 fingers. So go ahead and measure out your face and then find the brush that's gonna be best for you based off of the width of the area that you're working on. You're welcome. Sip, darling, sip. So now we have to understand your personal face shape in terms of contouring. My face is a little bit more oval. I would say a little bit more oval right now because clearly I have social distancing eating habits. But I'm going to just place my contour in the traditional areas. We're gonna place a little through here in the temple. We're gonna go underneath here in the hollows. We're gonna contour my nose. Not a contour that you can see from Google Earth out of space in your grandmama's attic, but a contour that we can talk face to face and it's not overly noticeable, but it's a great, like, his skin and his face is really well balanced. That's the kind of highlight and contour we're going for today, kids. Okay. I'm using NC60 because it's a deeper color and it's cool and it works well as a contour for me. So I'm gonna take it and I'll make the fish face for you. There's my hollow. So I'm gonna work this into the hollow. Notice that I'm starting from the corner of my earlobe, so that way the ear is not disconnected and left out. And we're pulling in like that. Perfect. Like so. One finger brush to contour. Use the actual flat part of the brush to go in and lay shape. And I like to start from the brow down. Stopping right at the beginning of the tip of the nose, like so. My nose contour is gonna be more of a whisper, not a shout. Have our contour on. One of the things I like, another reason why I like doing contour first, because now you can see where your highlight's gonna go. And being a deeper complexion, now that I got my contour on, the highlight naturally stands out even more. Go in and add our light. Go in and I'm gonna utilize like two of these colors. One is a little bit deeper, one is a little bit lighter, just to kind of add balance. Fluffy brush. We're gonna highlight through here, of course. I'm just laying the product right now because my bridge is a little bit flatter right here. So I wanna add the light here to make that appear a little bit more forward. See the difference? It brings that out to match how far this is out. I like a little on the tip of the nostril, but typically we get oily down here, so I don't do too much. Keep it low. And I'll do a little underneath where the contour is too. Just a pinch. Now we're gonna blend this all together. So I'm gonna use a flat top brush, dampen it just a little bit. And I'm gonna just start to blend. So I'm gonna start with the contour first, using the side of the brush to blend. Then I'm gonna use two-finger brush. This is the brush that had my complexion on it, to blend the highlight through the center. One finger size brush. Want to blend that out. Now we have our creams blended. We use a lot of creams, so I'm going to go in with powders in the areas that are brighter to set it, and in the areas where my contour to set it as well. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit of powder right through here, just to keep our highlight in place. Use a deeper powder just to kind of like set our contour. Now let's finish with brows. A little mascara to bring it all together, honey. So there you have it, highlight and contour using creams, honey. I love creams because creams mimic skin. They look natural, they look real, it looks lived in. And this is your way of highlighting and contouring. Take the techniques, dial it up, make it more dramatic, use less if you want to use less. But this is a great way to understand highlight and contour with creams, placement, and tools that work best for you. I have one more surprise for you, so stay tuned. Wow, now that we have our skin on, I got one more tip for you. We're gonna go from highlight to highlit. And I'm gonna utilize the Hyper Real Glow palette. I love this palette because it has 3 colors in it. Classy. We're gonna utilize this to add just a little bit more glow to our skin and, you know, look real fancy. Same 1-finger brush, and you know, 3's a party. So we're gonna use all 3 colors. Boom. I'm gonna take a little bit of Fix Plus, find the highest point right through here, side to side, and blend if you need to. Yes, blend, 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 honey. And we're done. So I hope you like this video utilizing creams for our highlight and contour. You know what to do. Like the video, leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications, okay? Until next time, love you lots. Stay hydrated and stay safe. Bye.